The crazy secret subliminals, they are trying their best to hide from you. Today, let's unveil what it is and how you can use subliminals to change your life. Stay with me. Welcome back to Choosing Gratitude. I'm Karen from ChoosingGratitude.net, and on this channel, I talk about everything related to manifesting your dream life. If you're new here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell, and let's manifest our dream life together by choosing gratitude. A lot of people come to me and ask me about subliminals. Obviously, you see these subliminal videos everywhere on YouTube, and if you go to my website, ChoosingGratitude.net, you also see some subliminals that I offer as additional resources. For subliminal message to work, the message embedded in that music file is going to reach your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is basically a storehouse, and that storehouse was wide open when you were a child, anywhere between 0 and 7 years old. You were wide open, you just received whatever information that was in your environment, and using that information, your subconscious mind create behavior patterns, and those behavioral patterns form the way you conduct your life, and the way you conduct your life manifest your reality. That's how powerful subliminal messages are. And actually, after you grow up, it's not that your storehouse is closed, it's just that it's not as open anymore. Then you're gonna have something called a conscious filter. Now you have your own egoistic consciousness. You start to make judgment of what is good for you, what is bad for you, what you want to take in, what you don't want to take in. So once your belief system is formed when you were a child, when you grow up, it becomes very, very hard to change that belief. Let's say, when you were a child, you believe that money doesn't grow on trees. So when you grow up, no matter how many wealth affirmations you speak to yourself, that deeply ingrained belief system in your subconscious mind is still creating your reality. That storehouse of your subconscious mind is actually still slightly open. It's never completely closed. And the only way to put things in there is to have these subliminal messages sent into your subconscious mind through that little crack of your consciousness. And on my website, you see these subliminal products. You can call them products, right? They're basically a music file packaged with subliminal messages, positive messages. They are created to help you penetrate that conscious filter to change your beliefs. That's why all the subliminals just sound like really boring music, because the music itself doesn't really mean anything. What's really important is the part you can't hear. And today I want to talk about that little crack of consciousness, how that crack can be so powerful, and you're unknowingly being influenced by the society, by people around you, by people out there who try to control you because they understand how the crack works. I do think that most people are not aware of the secret. It's not like the secret is completely hidden, it is, in a way, it is out there, but they are trying to hide it from you. Who are they? I think they are basically our collective negative consciousness, or simply people in power who don't want you to be empowered. Okay, so it's not a specific person or specific group of people. I think it's just our overall consciousness. A couple of weeks ago, I was on a trip in Arizona. We visited a very small national park called Montezuma Castle. So the Montezuma Castle is actually not a real castle. It's just a bunch of caves that are caved out by Native American Indians. These carved out dwellings, they are seated on a mountain and facing a river. When I saw that, I'm like, wow, these native people really, really understood the principle of Feng Shui. The basic Feng Shui principle is that you want to have a mountain in the back and you want to have a river in the front. And unfortunately, these days, it's very rare for us to get that kind of Feng Shui, that kind of a place to build a house, right? I think the reason for that is because collectively we are no longer aware of the power of our environment. We're no longer aware that the energy from our environment actually serves as a subliminal. Yes, here I'm not talking about any subliminal videos or subliminal products. I'm talking about the subliminal messages that you receive from your environment every single day, okay? And I'm not just saying you, I mean me, I mean every one of us. Think about it. Every day when we get up, what do we hear? We hear traffic, right? We hear noise. And actually in Feng Shui, these are very, very negative energies. And these are actually things that penetrate through our positive energy circle and creates a disruption in our natural flow of energy. As our human civilization evolves, a lot of people are becoming less and less aware of where we're really coming from. We're becoming less and less aware of what's really good for us. Therefore, we allow them, people who try to control us, to dictate how we want to live, right? So a lot of people want to live in big cities. We're staying away from nature. We're no longer near the rivers, the creeks, the mountains. And that's the powerhouse of all of our manifestations. So essentially, we are just all collectively living in a pretty crappy piece of subliminal that's telling us that we are supposed to, live a miserable life and have conflict with other people and never get what we want. It's like we're reinforced to live a miserable life, because we live in this environment that sends us this negative subliminal message. I hope you get that picture. And the reason why I'm making this video is for you to know that the true power from within is so powerful that it can break through these negative subliminal messages around you, okay? So this one crazy negative subliminal message is everywhere. Big corporations all know this. For example, when you're on YouTube, the way they design the app, the way they send videos to you is all geared toward making you become less and less aware, making you become more and more dull, so you're more open to receive negative energy. I just want you to become aware of this, because this is something that is not really hidden, but in a way they are hiding this secret from you so that you can continue to let this negative subliminal affect you, right? So now let's talk about how you can break free from this. First, I want you to understand that your space, the environment around you, in itself is the most powerful subliminal ever. So what's more important is to make the environment around you radiate positive energy. And that is the essence of Feng Shui in a way, right? What's more important is to make your environment vibrate in alignment with your desires, in alignment with your soul, in alignment with how this universe operates, which is pure love, pure gratitude, and pure joy. So now you may be asking me, Karen, how do I do it, right? So first of all, I want you to change the environment right around you. I want you to look around and see how much clutter is in your environment, okay? And start really cleaning it up. That's really the first step. That alone, once you clean out all the garbage you can see, you are going to feel better and your life is going to improve. It might not happen right away, but it will happen over time. And the second thing I want you to remember is that you need space for pure positive energy to circulate. And by space, I mean space of at least 6 feet, okay? Empty space of at least 6 feet around you. And 6 feet, if you go by the metric system, is about 2 meters, I guess a little shorter than 2 meters. So you want to think about, this space around you and make sure that there is no clutter and stuff all around you, okay? And after you have the space, I want you to think about, what are your desires? What are some of the objects that are vibrating at the level of your desires? Let's say you want to manifest a new home. Maybe you can put a picture of your dream home somewhere, but don't put it on top of a bunch of clutter, okay? Basically, you want to replace the clutter with everything that reminds you of your dream life. So not only you want to have a vision board, but you also want to have vision objects. You want to have objects all around you that just gives you the feeling of being in your dream life, okay? So if you want to have a dream car, maybe you go buy a model car and you put it around you, but it has to be clean and it has to be arranged neatly, not just in a messy pile, okay? So when you do that, you're already changing the subliminal messages you are receiving from your environment. And next step is to add natural elements into your environment. For example, plants, for example, a small water fountain that has the water circulating. So most important thing is that you want to have objects that reminds you of Mother Earth, of the nature out there. Because remember, that is really your manifestation powerhouse. And I don't know if you've noticed that if you go into a big store like Walmart, like, those big box retail stores, what you don't see there is usually real plants, right? You know why? Because they intentionally did that. They want you to be in there now being energized, but rather dazed, and keep reinforcing the life you live. Now, I hope you understand that your environment is one big subliminal, and how you design your subliminal is entirely up to you. Don't let the society decide for you what kind of environment you live in. Stay away from the noise, stay away from the traffic, and instead let your environment remind you of all your dreams, all your goals, and also your true power in manifesting. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video.